Well, good evening. Welcome to this super sharp, short session on how to engage customers with newsletters. My name's Christine and I shall be your Google Digital Garage trainer for this evening. Alongside me, I've got the lovely Roshane. Roshane is in the chat right now. So why not jump in and say hi to her? If you want to use the chat, you're going to need to be signed in to your YouTube account. Pop up to the right to do that. Any issues, try refreshing your page. A little bit of turn it off, turn it back on again should help you there. And other than that, we've got 15 minutes together. So we're going to power right through. We will, however, leave this live for you, so you will be able to rewatch it until about lunchtime tomorrow, our time, which is here in the UK. So as I say, why not pop into the chat, say hi to Roshane right now, let her know where you're from, why you've joined me this evening, what you are trying to achieve at the moment with your digital learning. If you want to do any more digital learning, then check out the link in our description below. That'll take you through to the website and you'll be able to see what else we have coming up for you. As I say, got to be really super speedy today because we just have this 15-minute power session together, where we're going to look at two things for you. First up, we're going to understand some of the benefits that you might get from sending a newsletter. What value do they have to a business? Then we're going to look at some tips, some top tips for you to help you to craft that effective newsletter. I've also got some tools that you might want to try as well. So first up then, jumping in, let's take a look at the benefits of sending newsletters. Okay, because basically one of the main benefits that businesses use newsletters for, so if we're using, we might call them email marketing, we might call them newsletters. It's all about how cost effective they are. A 2021 study showed that on average, the return on investment for email marketing was 3,600%. That means for every £1 spent, a business can get back £36 in revenue or sales. So reasons for being such a good tool is, first up, you have got a really invested audience already. And secondly, they're really quite low cost to produce because there are lots of free or low cost tools out there. And you know, it's about your time, your creativity. So a newsletter can be a really simple, really cost-effective way to stay in touch with customers. The reason the returns on investment for each individual newsletter is so high is actually that the hard work is done in gathering the email databases. So basically, for somebody to get onto your email list, they must already have heard of you, or maybe be an existing customer, maybe be somebody you've tempted onto your list with a discount or an offer or a trial for something. So because you're mostly talking to people who already know you, they have to be existing customers or people who've already opted in. They're already interested. You're not, with a lot of marketing, you're taking people who've never heard of you and trying to make them know about you, trying to make them like you. You've already won that. You've sold the benefits. You've done that piece of work already. So they're already interested in you. And then how do you utilize that to boost sales, to boost bookings, to boost leads, whatever it is you want to achieve as a business, really? So one of the great things about having that email list, that database, is that you know, you can kind of get to know them. It's normally a much smaller number of people that you're trying to reach, those previous customers and people who've already shown an interest. And one really good way is to give them unique insights, give them your point of view, your window into their world. You know, so maybe that's a short article, maybe a blog that shows some insight, gives extra value to them. You might provide a tutorial of how to use your products. You've got this kind of almost captive audience that if you can understand what they need, what they want, you can match the content that you give out to them, which can really tailor make that, that start to build that relationship. Good thing about newsletters is that they're mobile friendly, so people can pick them up as and when they want to. Most of us have a phone, most of us have our emails on our phones. They're super, super easy to get people when it suits that user, rather than trying to interrupt them on our terms. We're putting the information in their hand. And really interesting is that you can actually improve SEO, which is your search engine optimization. So that's how well you are found. Because newsletters are a great way to drive people to your website or to your social media pages. You can include links, you can do promotions, you can do prompts. So the more traffic you have going to your website and sticking around on your website, the better your search engine optimization efforts are going to be. And you can take people from the email, do the sell part in the email, and take them directly to the booking page if needed, which is really going to help you to improve those outcomes, that getting people to the end of the funnel really quickly. So that's why we like email newsletters as marketers so much. Now we're going to look at some tips to how to craft that newsletter to help you reach those business goals. Need to reach a goal? You're going to need to know what your goals are. Different newsletters, will have a different goal. But if you're thinking about, think about your audience. You're talking to people who know about you already. So maybe the goal of your newsletter is to keep those people in the loop. Remind those loyal customers that you're still there. Give them the latest offers. You can treat them like VIPs and get them to, get them to feel special, to feel that loyalty and that trust with you. So keeping them updated on any new promotions, giving any business updates, or just, as I say, keeping yourself in the front of their mind when they're ready to have that purchase. So try and break that goal down. We know what we might want to do. Maybe the goal is to drive some sales in this crazy time now, coming up to Black Fridays and Christmas, and making a really good end to the year. Maybe it's to highlight a particular product or service that you have. Maybe it's to take people from being a one-time customer to becoming a repeat customer or a subscriber. How can you get people to buy more things? Maybe it's a free delivery offer that's going to help them to do that. If you want to advertise a promotion, it's all about prompting your readers to buy something from you. So the action you want to take is to get them to click through to the website, and as quickly as in as few clicks as possible, make that purchase. So your goal is going to be website clicks. Have a think. What other goals can you think of? What goals might be relevant for you, for your business? Try really defining that goal. So we want to sell some things. We're going to do it with our existing customers, and we're going to break that down into smaller pieces that are going to be right. First thing we want to do is lots of them to click, and then we want them to complete that sales process as well. All right. So first things first is the first thing people are going to see is when it pings up into their inbox is the title, and maybe a little bit of description underneath, depending on the email browser. So we've all received those emails that go straight into the bin. The reason we do that is because the title doesn't get our attention and make us want to read some more. Sometimes the titles can be a bit spammy, a bit clickbaity. Maybe they're not interesting to us. When you're crafting your newsletter, think about what it is that you've got to say that's going to be of interest to those people, and try and grab the attention in a trustworthy, honest way that's not too smarmy, not too flashy, really. So start with that reader in mind. What are they interested in? Start with that. Okay, so new spring hairstyles. Right now, that could be, if I was a hairdresser, it might be about booking your Christmas appointment. So have that fancy, glamorous Christmas do might be what's of interest to them, not what we've got to sell, what they're going to be interested in. Try and use active words. You want to drive them to take an action. So don't be passive in the voice. You're going to say, get this, do that, buy something. Yeah. And then you might want to also highlight key value. What is it that by opening this email, this newsletter, what is it that customer is going to get? Are they going to get the latest insights? Is there a deal? Is there a promotion? Is there free delivery or guaranteed before Christmas? Think of what it is that's of value to them and really try and highlight it, not what I want to tell you, what they want to hear. Okay. Now, the next thing is to think about using images or graphics. It's a busy online world, and we have really short attention spans. So think about, are there ways that you can use the graphics, so the sizes, as well as the images, the size of the font. This tells us what we want it to do, make a booking online. Okay. It shows us what we want to do. We've got some great graphics that show that this is a hairdresser's, and we'll get down into that quickly. Using infographics to present data or concepts is a fantastic way to deliver that information in a snapshot really quickly. And high quality photos is also crucial to break up the long lists of texts and make it easy to digest. I'd imagine that the one with the images is going to have a higher click completion rate, a higher click-through rate. So by using those graphics, by making an attractive layout for our newsletter, we're going to grab the attention, tell our story really well, and ultimately get more of those actions that are going to help us with our whatever our objectives are. Next thing we want is a call to action. So we want our readers to do something. Click here, buy now, whatever it might be. And here are the sorts of things it might be. Make it really simple. Make the button big and obvious that they click through, that's going to take them to the website. Maybe it's follow us on social media. It doesn't always have to be about the sale. Read our blog, use the voucher, get the discount, order now. And what you can also do, what's really important, is you might have a couple of different calls to action on the page. You can measure your click-through rates and your performance by making sure that you can see whereabouts on the newsletter was clicked, which link was clicked. You can use Google Analytics. If you're sending people to your website, you can see who's come from each newsletter, see which pages they've landed on, see what they've done once they got there. Check out our webinar content on analytics if that's what you're interested in doing. So I promised you a few tools as well. You've got some tips, some thinking behind it. When you're ready to start creating your newsletter, there's lots of tools you can do. If you use something like Canva, Canva's going to help you with the visual aspects. It's a really easy to use, starts off at free to use as well. Extra features have extra cost to them, but you can get a long way down the road with the free version of Canva. That's going to help you to really create a great look and feel. Substack's an online platform. It provides publishing, payment, analytics, and design infrastructure that can help you with your subscription newsletters. And somewhere in the middle, you've got a tool like MailChimp. MailChimp will help you both design and send your newsletter to your subscriber list. It helps you manage those signups. And it's there again, starts with a free version. Later on, you'll have to pay for things. These tools all provide templates that are going to help you get started. All right, then. Think about it. Over to you. Let's wrap up the session. Think about what call to action might you use that's going to really help you to get those actions, get those clicks, get those people to take whatever action it is that's going to help you towards your objective. Then break it down. So define that goal, break it down into those bite-sized pieces, and then design your content and your call to action that's going to help you to achieve it. Good luck from us. And that's it. I told you it was going to be short and sweet tonight. I've got to wrap up here as we've run out of time. I hope it's been a useful dive into newsletters and maybe got you thinking about some of the things that are really interesting and really useful for a business. That 3,600% return on investment is enough to make any finance director sit up and take notice. So what actions are you going to take take some time to reflect, plan your strategy, click on the link below, go through to our website and sign up for more webinars. We've got help on there for all kinds of, you can take courses, you can even come see us face to face. All of that's on our website, which is linked below. Other than that, thank you so much for your time this evening. On behalf of Roshane and myself, we look forward to welcoming you again to another Google Digital Garage training session sometime soon. Have a great evening.